The 2025 F1 season is finally here, bringing with it a fever of anticipation and excitement among fans. The focus is, of course, on Lewis Hamilton's debut with Ferrari at the Australian Grand Prix, a long-awaited historic moment. But before the green light was given, the F1 world was shocked by a strong statement from former Mercedes boss Toto Wolff. What did Wolff actually say? Is this a sign of a big challenge for Hamilton in his new team? Let's dig deeper. After a 3-month winter break, the 2025 Formula One season is finally back, bringing with it great excitement for fans around the world. The season opener will take place at Albert Park in Melbourne, an iconic circuit that always delivers exciting action and surprises. Among the many stories that have marked the start of the season, one of the most attention-grabbing is Lewis Hamilton's debut with Scuderia Ferrari. Hamilton's move from Mercedes to Ferrari has been in the spotlight since it was first announced a few months ago. The decision has shocked the racing world, as the British driver has spent more than a decade with Mercedes, a period in which he has achieved incredible success, including 7 World Championship titles. His relationship with Mercedes is very close, and his success with the team has made him one of the most successful drivers in F1 history. Therefore, his move to Ferrari is not only a change of team, but also a major event that could change the dynamics of the competition this season. Now Hamilton will be teamed with Charles Leclerc, a talented young driver who has been an important part of Ferrari's long-term project. Both are expected to be able to bring back glory to the team with the Prancing Horse logo, which has long yearned for a World Championship title. Since its last driver's title in 2007, won by Kimi Räikkönen, Ferrari has been trying to get back to the top of the competition. They have shown an increase in performance in recent years, but the dominance of Red Bull and Mercedes remains a major challenge. With Hamilton's presence, Ferrari hopes to present tougher competition and even regain the top position. Fred Vasseur, Ferrari team principal, was very optimistic about the new season. On several occasions, he emphasized that the entire team has been working tirelessly at the Maranello headquarters to perfect the latest car so that it can be competitive from the first race. Engineers, technicians, and the entire crew have been working hard to ensure that Ferrari can compete with the top teams. Vasseur also stressed that the combination of Hamilton's experience and Leclerc's talent will be a valuable asset for the team in the title race. Hamilton said that joining Ferrari was his childhood dream. Ahead of the Melbourne race, he shared his enthusiasm for this new challenge. He was impressed by the commitment of the team in Maranello and the extraordinary support of the fans, which motivated him even more. For Hamilton, being part of the Ferrari family is something very special. Although Ferrari enters this season with a high level of confidence after solid performances in recent races, they cannot afford to be complacent. The threat from rival teams, especially McLaren and Red Bull, remains a factor to be wary of. McLaren, with Lando Norris as their spearhead, are predicted to be one of the strong favorites this season. The Woking outfit have shown rapid development since the second half of last season, with significant improvements in the performance of their car. With an increasingly competitive aerodynamic package and a solid team strategy, McLaren could be a stumbling block for Ferrari in the fight for the title. On the other hand, Red Bull is facing a big challenge after experiencing a significant decline from last season. Last year, they only finished third in the Constructors' Championship, a surprising result considering their dominance in previous seasons. Even Max Verstappen, who has been the icon of Red Bull's victories in recent years, admitted that his chances of winning the Australian GP this time are rather slim. This shows that the Austrian team still has a lot of homework to do to get back to top form. However, this situation actually opens up an opportunity for Ferrari to further strengthen their position. The Prancing Horse team have fond memories of last year's Australian GP, where they successfully secured a 1-2 finish in the race. Carlos Sainz's victory was one of the most inspirational stories of the season, considering he had just undergone an appendectomy 16 days earlier. This success showed that Ferrari could be competitive at the Melbourne track and once again take advantage of Red Bull's weakness to score maximum points. In the midst of the preparations for the new Formula One season, a funny moment full of sarcasm occurred between Toto Wolff and Lewis Hamilton. The relationship between the two, which has been established for more than a decade at the Mercedes team, has now begun to change since Hamilton announced his move to Ferrari for the upcoming season. On one occasion, Toto Wolff couldn't help but make fun of Hamilton for finally wearing a suit when he arrived in Maranello. "I said to him, I've been trying to get you to wear a suit for 12 years and you wait until your first day at Ferrari to do it," Wolff said jokingly with a laugh. Wolff's comments drew laughter from fans and media alike, but also fueled speculation that the relationship between the Mercedes team boss and the seven-time world champion may not be as harmonious as it once was. Hamilton, who has been known for years for his casual style and quirky fashion choices, appeared more formal in a lavish Italian designer suit as he arrived at Ferrari headquarters. The joke not only showed Wolff's humorous side, but also hinted at the rivalry that is beginning to be felt. Having long been a key figure for Mercedes, Hamilton is now preparing to turn over a new leaf with Scuderia Ferrari, Mercedes' fierce rivals on the track. While their split was amicable, the dynamic between Hamilton and Wolff is likely to remain in the spotlight throughout the season. 2 weeks after pre-season testing in Bahrain provided an early glimpse of each team's strengths in F1 2025, the real battle begins this weekend in Melbourne. Early predictions from PlanetF1.com have McLaren as the frontrunners, followed by Red Bull and Mercedes, with Ferrari close behind. However, Ferrari remain optimistic with the data they have and believe that the results at the Australian GP will not reflect the competitive landscape throughout the season. The spotlight is on Ferrari this year, especially after the arrival of seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, who will be teaming up with Charles Leclerc. "The wait is over and we are ready to compete in the first race of the season," said Ferrari boss Frédéric Vasseur. "It's been a long time since Australia has hosted the season opener. Albert Park is a unique street circuit, so results here do not necessarily reflect the competition throughout the season. However, we had a strong performance here last year." Vasseur also admitted that there is still a lot of uncertainty regarding the team's power hierarchy, especially since the results of the Bahrain test are difficult to interpret. "Everyone has been working hard all winter, both at the factory in Maranello and in physical preparation. Charles is training harder than ever and Lewis is trying to adapt quickly to the team. I am convinced that we have what it takes to be competitive." This year's Australian Grand Prix is one of the most anticipated races on the Formula One calendar. Not only because the Albert Park circuit always presents unique challenges for the drivers, but also because of the new dynamics that have emerged between the major teams, particularly between Mercedes and Ferrari. One of the highlights has been the relationship between Lewis Hamilton and his former boss at Mercedes, Toto Wolff. Now Hamilton and Wolff are no longer in the same team. After years of success together at Mercedes, Hamilton made the surprising decision to move to Ferrari, a move that changed the landscape of Formula One competition. While Wolff personally wishes his former protégé well, there is no room for sentimentality on the track. Mercedes remain ambitious to beat Ferrari and ensure their dominance of the sport continues. For Hamilton himself, this season is a moment of proof. The seven-time world champion wants to show that his move to Ferrari was not just an emotional decision, but a well-considered strategic one. His goal is clear: to win his 8th world title, a feat that no driver in the history of Formula One has ever achieved. But the road to glory will not be easy. Ferrari has long been known to have fast cars, but often faces obstacles in consistency and strategy. Meanwhile, Mercedes, Ferrari's main rival, will not remain silent and will continue to try to develop their best technology to face the increasingly competitive season. In addition, Red Bull with Max Verstappen remains a serious threat to anyone who wants to win the world title. The Australian Grand Prix will be the first test for Hamilton to see if his decision to join Ferrari is the right one. Will he be able to hit the ground running and challenge his rivals? Let us know your opinion in the comments.